Hello.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
Hello, everyone. My name's Sydnie Christmas.
Is it?
Was the 2024 Britain's Got Talent finale a genuine competition, or a pre-recorded victory lap for an industry insider? I'm reporting on a story that has divided the nation and sparked a massive conversation about the integrity of reality television. When the crown was placed on Christmas's head, the narrative we were sold was one of a humble gym receptionist finally finding her voice. However, behind the scenes, a very different picture was emerging, one of a seasoned professional with a decade of high-level experience who seemed to have the full backing of the production machine from day one. In the world of television, there is a fine line between discovering talent and manufacturing a winner, and many believe that line was crossed long before the first vote was ever cast. Tonight, we analyze the evidence that suggests the outcome was never in doubt, and that the underdog story was simply a script written for a public that was looking for a miracle. In the high-stakes world of talent shows, the most important role isn't the singer, it's the character they play for the cameras. From a journalistic perspective, the way was introduced to the British public was in narrative engineering. Producers didn't just show us a singer, they presented us with a receptionist. By focusing so heavily on her zero-hour contract at a gym, the show created an emotional anchor for the audience. This is a classic human interest strategy used in news and entertainment to build instant rapport. If the audience thinks you are one of them, they are significantly more likely to vote. However, our investigation into the casting process suggests that her professional background was well known to the team during the vetting stage. Choosing to emphasize the gym job while ignoring her years of professional training wasn't a mistake, it was a choice. This creates a psychological hero's journey that is far more bankable than a story about a working actress looking for a bigger stage. The public felt a connection to a struggle that, in reality, was only a small fraction of her actual professional life, leading to accusations that the show cast her to win the hearts of the working class. How does a lead performer in a major German musical end up being portrayed as a struggling amateur? This is the question that sent the internet into a frenzy and turned a victory into a controversy. Our team looked into the digital archives and found a resume that many West End stars would envy. Wasn't just a girl who sang at home. She was a seasoned pro who had headlined Starlight Express in Germany and appeared in the David Bowie-inspired musical in London. These aren't local theater credits. These are high-paying, elite-level professional contracts that require agents, auditions, and years of industry networking. When the show portrayed her as someone who couldn't get a break, it felt like a direct slap in the face to the viewers who do their own research. Furthermore, her history on the E4 show Stage School proved she was already comfortable with reality TV tropes. To a reporter, the omission of these facts suggests a deliberate attempt to sanitize her image to fit the amateur brand. The fury wasn't about her voice, which is undeniably powerful, but about the lack of transparency. The public felt they were voting for a discovery, when in reality, they were voting for someone who had already been discovered by the industry years ago. Is the golden buzzer a spontaneous moment of joy, or is it a calculated branding tool used to signal the chosen winner? When Holden pressed that button, it wasn't just confetti that hit the stage. It was a massive psychological signal to the audience. In the world of BGT, the golden buzzer acts as a seal of quality that tells the viewer who they should be paying attention to. Critics have noted that the timing and the edit of Audition were suspiciously perfect. From a production standpoint, giving a golden buzzer to a contestant with a humble backstory creates the perfect viral moment. It guarantees a spot in the semifinals and ensures that the contestant is the face of the marketing campaign for the rest of the season. Many argue that this stamp of approval makes the rest of the competition feel like a formality. If the judges, who are the experts, have already decided she is the best, the public is subconsciously guided to follow suit. This creates a snowball effect of momentum that acts as a barrier for other, truly undiscovered acts who don't have the benefit of a judge's early endorsement. To many, the buzzer didn't find the winner, it created her. And you truly call it a fair vote if the producers are the ones who decide when you get to see each act. One of the most telling signs of favoritism in reality TV is the running order, and its placement throughout the series was statistically perfect. In the television industry, the Pimp Slot, the final performance of the night, is gold. It ensures that the act performing last has the highest retention and the best recall among voters when the lines open. Consistently was given these high-impact slots, while other contestants were buried in the death slots early in the show. As a reporter tracking the flow of the broadcast, it becomes clear that the producers are using the edit to tell the audience what the main event is. By placing her last, the show essentially frames the entire evening as a build-up to her performance. This creates a massive imbalance in visibility. When you combine the best lighting, the best sound mixing, and the final slot of the night, you aren't just giving an act a chance, you are giving them a victory. Other acts, who may have been equally talented but were placed in the middle of a commercial break, never stood a chance against the production-heavy momentum of the chosen performer. When the man behind the brand has to step in to defend a winner, it usually means the brand is in trouble. Response to the fix allegations was almost as controversial as the win itself. In a public statement, he claimed that there were no professionals in the final, a statement that many took as a direct insult to their intelligence. From a journalistic point of view, was attempting to redefine the word professional on the fly. By his logic, if you aren't a household name, you aren't a professional, regardless of your West End lead roles or your years of theater salary. This defense was seen as a tactical move to protect the underdog brand of the show. However, it backfired, making the production seem out of touch and defensive. The public didn't want a lecture on the definition of professionalism. They wanted an acknowledgement that the show had been misleading about her history. So aggressive supporter felt like a manager defending his star rather than a judge being impartial. This fueled the theory that she was his favorite from the start, and that the entire season was simply a vehicle to launch her career, using the BGT audience as a free marketing focus group. Why did one, receptionist, have the stage design of a global superstar while other acts were left in the dark? As we analyze the visual data of the performances, the disparity in production value between and the other finalists is staggering. Her staging featured complex lighting rigs, high-definition background visuals, and a level of sound engineering that usually is reserved for the show's guest performers. In contrast, many of the other acts, especially the ones without industry connections, were given standard staging that looked dated by comparison. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about voter perception. A reporter knows that a polished, expensive-looking package is far more likely to win votes than a raw, simple performance. By investing more resources into his presentation, the production team was effectively upgrading her talent in the eyes of the public. It raises a serious question about the fairness of the competition. If the producers provide one contestant with $1 million look and another with nothing, is it the talent that's being judged, or the production budget? The British public felt that the fix was in the furniture, suggesting that the show had already decided who would look like a winner before a single note was sung. Is the concept of the undiscovered star just a marketing lie we've all agreed to believe? Looking back at the controversy surrounding Christmas, it's clear that the win represents a major shift in how the public views reality television. We are no longer in the era where a simple discovery story is enough. The audience is now hyper-aware of the strings being pulled behind the scenes. While is undeniably a world-class vocalist who deserves a career on the stage, the way she was handled by the production has left a permanent mark on her victory. It serves as a warning to future shows. In the age of the internet, you cannot hide a professional resume behind a gym receptionist's desk. As the industry moves forward, it will have to decide between continuing to manufacture these perfect winners or returning to the raw, honest discovery that made the show a hit in the first place. For now, the public is left with a winner who has the title, but whose legacy will always be shadowed by the question: was she the best, or was she just the best chosen?